Hey guys, I just want to talk with you a little bit today about a very important element of your relationships as you go through life, as I perceive it. And that very specifically is your freedom. And the type of freedom you have and the value you put in your freedom and the general sense of how important I feel like this is. I was thinking about this the other day. These thoughts manifested in my mind because I was out. Well, first of all, I'm on a vacation right now. I'm on a small island and I'm having a great time. And one of the activities I elected to do the other day was rent this little motorbike and just drive all around the island and just explore and just be by myself. I went by my lonesome, and it was really cool. I was out just motoring all around for hours. The roads are just completely quiet here. I don't think I saw but maybe 6 or a dozen cars in the whole day, or the course of the day when I was out driving. I was just thinking about how exhilarating this was and how cool and meaningful of an experience this was just to have. And so I was talking with a friend of mine today, and I was just explaining, like, I haven't felt this sort of exhilaration, this type of feeling for a long time. And it was just that feeling of freedom. Like, wow, like I'm by myself. I'm on this motorbike in the middle of nowhere. I'm on this beautiful island. How free is this? How liberating, how just amazing this sort of thing makes me feel. And I was talking with him about this possibility of, have you ever thought about buying a motorcycle? Or have you, actually he had purchased one and owned one in the past, and I knew it was something he was interested in, but I was just talking with him again about it, like in my own regards, like, wow, maybe this is something I would like to do at some point in my life when I get home, just because would love to experience and feel this sort of freedom. And it led way to him talking about, well, this would be cool and all, but there's just no way I can do this. Like, my wife won't let me right now. And I'm not beating up my buddy. I'm not knocking him down. I certainly know that when you're married, you have to make compromises. You have to do things that take into account your partner and their desires and their needs and all this kind of stuff. But something like this, it struck a nerve with me. It struck a chord with me. And as I said, I wasn't about to jump on the offense and critique my buddy or make any judgments about the way that he's choosing to live his life and the effect that he's willing to allow his wife to have over his actions and enjoyment and happiness. Because once again, he just lit up when we started talking about motorcycles. It's something he loves. He was going on and on about he loved this bike that he had in his past and all this and that. So this is clearly something that would still bring him joy if he was able to allow himself to do it again. I mean, he is able, but he decides not to. Taking into account his wife's thoughts and feelings about the subject matter. But anyways, the whole point of all me talking, guys, all this is leading up to just this very important element that as you go through life, not only in your friendships and your family relationships, but very specifically, importantly, in your romantic relationships, the girls that you involve yourself with, or if you're a woman listening to this, it's the same thing for you, the men that you choose to involve yourselves with. A very important element is how much freedom that they enable you to have, or I don't even want to say enable, but because we're all in command of our own actions, and you can choose to do things or do not things. But there's some types of partners in this world that are going to support you, and they're going to say, "Hey, that's awesome. If you love riding motorcycles, then I want you to go out and ride a motorcycle. I want you to have your freedom to do these things. I want you to do these things that make you happy." Okay, but there's a lot of people in this world. There's a lot of women in this world. There's a lot of men in this world that, as you involve yourselves with them romantically, they will cast a dark cloud over your freedom sometimes for whatever reasons. And I feel like a lot of times it's like I do feel like it's a form of selfishness if you were to prevent your partner, your loved one, your lover from doing things that they love because it's something that would bother you. I do feel like that's a form of selfishness, and it's just something that you need to keep a consciousness about, and certainly for all of us as partners and the way that we treat our partners, I don't think you should be restricting your lovers from doing things that they love to do. And by the same token, it's just this fact that whoever you decide to involve yourself with, try to contemplate these things. Try to make sure that this is a person that allows you to do the things that you truly love to do. Because if you're with somebody that prevents you from doing things in your life that make you happy, inevitably, I feel like will create resentments. It'll cause tension. It'll cause friction, and it'll ultimately lead to you not being happy in your life. And what a travesty! If you go through your whole life on the earth here, and there's something you just really love to do, and you prevent yourself from doing it just because of somebody else. Okay, that's not what I feel like we're meant to do in our lives. I don't feel like that's necessarily the idea here when we come down and we live and we do all these things, and it's just something to keep stock of. Okay, and it's hard, it's difficult, because like I said, at times it's difficult to decide sometimes between somebody that you might really love, somebody you might really care about, somebody you're attracted to, all these sorts of things, and your happiness and your freedom, most importantly. Okay, that's the whole summation of all this talking here, guys. It's like your freedom and its paramount importance in your life, and just this whole application, this whole concept here. Like I said, try to seek out a partner that allows you to have your freedom, that's happy for you to have your freedom, that doesn't make you feel bad about doing things that liberate you, that make you happy. Okay. And I hope this goes without saying. I'm not saying that you should be with a partner that allows you to go out and, sleep with a bunch of, random people or whatever. Like that's not my lifestyle. It's not my choice. Yes, there's people out there that in this world that do those sorts of things, but I'm not that type of guy. That's not what I'm preaching here. That's not what I'm after here. But it's this other life stuff. Okay, the things that make you happy, whatever those are. It's just something to think about, guys. Okay, guys. I hope you're having a wonderful day. I'll talk to you all soon.